Hello and welcome back to yet another one of these things that we do. I guess it do. I lost my window. There it is. Hello. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. This is kind of a weird one, if you haven't already been able to tell. But anyway, let's see what we got going on. Nitty pitty you, I see you. Welcome in, welcome in. How's your day and or night been going? I would say my usual spiel, but what is the point? You've heard it so many times. And the same pleasantries extend to you, Chester. How has your night or day been going? As we get ready for a nice night of drawing. How is the audio sound, by the way? I was playing with it a lot, which is what was taking me so long. Hello, Dread, welcome in. And the audio's fine. Alright. Just making sure. But anyway, Dread, how has your night been going? I don't have water this time, so I am running back. Went well, got the fridge full. That's nice, that's nice. Crack one for the weekend. And all that. I'm gonna go turn on a fan, it's really hot. I neglected to earlier. There, now I shouldn't be melting. Let's hope you have more than one. I already forgot what I was saying. So. I guess we're just gonna have to go nuts then for this one, since a less than stellar reaction from the art suggestion. What's a solid I don't like the regular YouTube size though. Let's just do regular small 2000 by 2000. Yeah, so I asked around what I should be drawing for these, and you know, the responses were interesting. Interesting to me, at least. because it seems kind of hard to draw dead air. But you know what? It's fine. Where is the... There it is. Yay. So, how about some suggestions then? I'll take them live. Gives you a candy snack to deal with the heat. It's fine. I don't need candy anyway. But the heat is a non-issue. What is an issue is that I have no idea what to draw. Any takers, any suggestions? Maybe draw your favorite food? Well, drawing lead isn't very interesting. Or my characters? Bold of you to assume I have characters. What is it though? If you want to get ahead of the game for next week, in the description there is a Discord, and within that Discord there is a suggestions channel. So if you want to get ahead, suggest things early, put them there. Your character's food, well, with whatever it eats. Look, I don't know what I was doing when I designed this. I made a few mistakes. I made a few mistakes, and this character is one of them. There we go. Do you know what? I have an idea though for these. Where's my resized canvas? Okay, there we go. Okay, I gotta do some math now. I noticed that my idea requires math. So, come on, 2, 5, 6, 0. And then this is 1, 4, 4, 0. Ooh, rectangle. Alright, so what I'm thinking of doing is that if you've noticed, all of my screens are stock photos. I'm thinking we need to fix that. You know, I can't be using stock photos forever. Instead, just stock random photos of space. Yeah, like my exit and enter. So I'm thinking, what if we just make this huge screen with all the different peoples and things that are quintessentially of this environment. And we just start going on this big, huge ultimatum piece. And then that could be our enter and exit. The only problem is where to start. I guess I'd start none other than, yeah, like a collage of everything that is quintessentially soul. What is this you said? Oh, as well, Dread. No, it's not solar. Otherwise, you. or otherwise not have done so well with the student and all these lights and colors and energy well. Well, thank you, but you do not. Thank you, but it's kind of a wreck. Gives Nova more chai. And Kaiju since they like it so much. So Mitch. Where to begin? I'm thinking we just start off with this nice eyesore that hangs in front of my setup. Oh, the first model. How I do not want you to return. Yeah, so let's just start off here with the original model. Boy, was this fun to whip up in 10 minutes. Although there is one quintessential idea, which is not off the board yet. There's one quintessential idea that is still on the board. Okay, doing this. I ended up erasing the whole thing. Great. That is kept from this old model. And you will get 10 arbitrary points if you can guess what it is that I want to bring back. Let's just not question my strategies for drawing. Let's just not question it at all. Because it is not going to be great. You know, because I'm not very good. I'm not very good at this. It'll be fine, you're better than you think. I surely disagree, but we'll accept your compliment nonetheless. What am I doing? This is just the outline. God, I hate the way this old model looks. God damn it. Why am I doing this? I could have been not doing this. I could have been, but I could have just been punching rocks. How do I, here's a bigger question. How do I want to position these? Googling, Googling, Googling. Oh, actually, what am I doing looking it up? It's right in front of me. That's what I wanted to bring back. What is it? To bring back, though, is that all of my original models were digital art. They were not digital. I, in fact, have the model sheets hanging above my computer. Maybe that'll be a fun thing to show off at some point. It's just all the different reference sheets I have. But anyway, while I'm doing this, why don't we get some crowd work going? Please, anybody who's still here, I would love to hear about how's your all's day been? I think I asked this already, but I maybe got one answer. Like, what'd you do today? How are you doing? How bored do you have to be to show up here? I'm definitely thinking tomorrow's going to be the next break day. Because I cannot do this. God, I hate the way this old model looks. This stupid frilled lizard will never be missed. That was pointless, but I have a new idea now. But I have a new... Let's just flip it the other way. Combine every model. That might... I like that, but I'm afraid that most of my models look exactly the same. But I'm at least trying to get every model that was on the page. It makes it easier to combine all of them. It also makes it easier to not be able to tell which one is which, or what aspect is from which one. Because after this first one was a completely different theme. I originally was going with Fantasy Dragon. Or like a, what is it? This first one was heavily based off the Divinity series. I guess this would be a good time to elaborate on my thought processes in some of these models that I never really took the time to delve into. This first one was heavily inspired by Divinity. Because it was out. I got really big into it for a time, and that's right about when I started doing this. But also, I couldn't really digital art, so a lot of it was traditional art. Which, I think up until... I forgot which... Within the last 3 models is when I switched to digital art. Because there was the one with the Divinity Original Sin, yes. I was playing the second one a lot. And I never not picked the, I always picked the female lizard because of how giant the female lizard was. And I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, but this is a complete fantasy lizard. The lizard wizard, as some might say. To think I actually had thematic ideas last November. Alright, let's just put you somewhere else for now. Let's just set you on the side for now. The first one was also pretty simple. It really only had like discernibly a scarf because it was all monochrome. So the only discernible feature was a scarf. Although there was a version that was in a Vegeta costume because we started with Space Games. And that was all fun and games. But anyway, yeah, pretty much the first model didn't have much going for it. It was whipped up really fast. It was sort of a waste. But then we get to number 2. And number 2 is really where it started spinning out of control. I guess spinning more in control. Because this is where it really took a shift to look like how it did. Like how it do. I think this is the next one. Yeah, this is the next one. I had to double check my own work. This is the one that is sitting to the left of me. Also, just sitting above a monitor. And I think this one is definitely my favorite. If I had to choose a favorite model, it'd be this one. Because it had just the right amount of mystery going for it. Because it wasn't overtly menacing. But it was more. Which this one was also traditional art. Although I do think this ends the traditional art phase. I think it died with this one. Because there were outfits in between, but I think quintessential designs, it died with this one. Which again, it might come back. I have a lot of time before I hit 100. I could rework my thing as many times as I need to. Yeah, I think I started using this when we started playing Minecraft. I think that's when this one started getting used. When it was like, oh, I'm doing collabs now. I need something that looks good. Because this one was also used in the different Halo collabs we did on a Toast's thing. This one was used a lot. I still have no idea how I drew these horns. It is that it's like the most gravity defying. How did I do this? It doesn't look right, is what I'm dealing with. And it goes, okay, this up, back down. And then, yeah, then this was, okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Want me to send the Divinity Lizard face angles? No. Besides, I have my references are in that Discord. Are already in the Discord. Because I was streaming without a model. There's a period where I was doing it without a model just because I wanted to have an excuse. Then I'm not gonna keep elaborating. We can cut it there. But as I started doing Divinity, where we had I made a wizard lizard, and then that was the basis for the first one. Where it's like, oh, I don't have an idea myself, so I'm just gonna use this as a sub-in. But what is it? This is the first one where it's like, okay, I know kind of what I'm doing. It is also the start of bad posture models with bad posture. Next model will be folded onto itself. I mean, like, my current one's not doing much better. My current one's got the outstretched neck. That was also an idea that I was bouncing around, was just with this, was not having a torso. Because I was initially thinking of just cutting it up. Because there's a lot of times where I brought up the prospect of, because if you haven't noticed, with especially my current model, I'm definitely covering something. With the ridiculous amount of layers and also a coat. And that was originally going to be like just the rib cage This is also the first and only model to defy gravity, which is why I now have the tail much larger. So that it's just not sitting on air. Which is where wings always were a prospect, but they never fit on the screen correctly. Wings are still an idea. Wings may still come back. They just were really wide, so I never wanted to put them in. Get silly small wings. Yeah, but then they're not extravagant. And if I'm anything, I'm quite extravagant. This one, I think, was the start, too, of having just giant legs. This one had big legs. And I'm not sure if it died on this one. Because my current one has kind of big legs. But this one had, like, real big legs. Legs for kicking. Yeah, and also for balancing the giant, stupid tail that I keep putting on it. I need to get rid of the tail. This tail sucks for drawing. Like, I'm fine with a smaller tail. It's just, when it is so overtly giant, it is awful. But I guess in terms of simple ideas, this is where the tail nubbin, I guess. Using the tail like a cushion. Yeah, that's the only way to work it in physically. Because as you can see, because the model I'm currently drawing is the one that was just floating. He just kind of floated there. But he had a little crescent on his tail. Which is how I started getting which is why I started getting called the space thing. And also, this vest was kind of different. This vest is definitely different. Like, I'm just looking at it. This vest was its own beast. I don't know what I was doing drawing that one. Although, speaking of things that that I had no idea what I was doing with, the suit coat that I refused to get rid of. Actually, I'll just leave that there for now. But I refuse to get rid of this stupid suit coat, and it can be seen even on the model I currently have. just right there for now. And it's again. By the way, we're gonna repeat this cycle. It's gonna be like 100 sketch layers. What was the next model? I don't even remember what the next model was. I had to look at my own thing because I don't know what I made. Oh, next one was the first digital one I ever made. That one's funny. That one was funny and stupid. The first digital one I ever made was not good. But it also started the trend of, like this art style. Like the stylistic painting choice is what it started. Which, speaking of stylistic choices, if you ever wondered why I use so little colors, it's because I started with traditional art where it was just pen and ink. Or just pen ink. This one, though, was like just basically practice. And it is very similar, if not exactly the same as the last one. I think the only difference is that the horns are now hook-shaped. The one after this one, is the one that I hate the most. If not the one before my current one, the next one is the one I hate with a burning passion. This is the one where it started the big hook horn thing. But also, we gotta have the fully equipped suit coat. I forgot what made me decide to just start putting the suit coat on the whole time. Because I know why I did the suit in the first place, but I don't know what differentiates in my mind the suit coat and just the full suit and just the best part of the suit. I don't know. What do you guys think? I need to ask your opinion on something. Do you guys prefer which mask stylings, basically? Because I've had two distinct mask styles the whole time. And I would like to know your opinion on which one is more favorable. Because the one I have right now where it has the bottom part of the jaw and the top part of the jaw. And then there's the ones I used previously where it's just the top. Which one did you guys like better? Because there's definitely two different feels, because one is more overtly menacing, while one was more mysterious. One had like an almost more like mystical element to it, kinda. Do you like the one right now? I'm also leaning towards that. It's just the one right now is getting harder to do from a front perspective. Is the trouble. That's the trouble I'm having with it right now, is that I can't do it from a front perspective. This one, to my knowledge, was the only one to have, after this point, to have normal, regular legs that were of normal width. And we're not huge, we're not grossly disproportionate. Sorry about that. God, my eyes sore right now. I have no idea what I'm doing for this stupid pose. How about a more front facey kind of look? I don't know, it's gonna be covered. These are all gonna be really small. I'm just conglomerating all of these rough sketches right now. I'm thinking drawing will become an everyday or every week thing. That'd be a good way to keep practicing. Yep. Because I need the practice. Version to which I think that's definitely funny. Where'd my model go? It's called The Server Has Crashed. Great, 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 great. I'm... Son of a... I'm gonna kill something. Oh, and I bet you this isn't gonna work. This is gonna be great. This is not gonna work. I love when things don't work. I love when it's... Oh yeah, no, this is great. Alright, time to delete this. Oh boy, I love when I have to delete my entire model. My entire OBS screen. Alright, fuck. It's this thing. I love that every other stream I delete my entire OBS screen. The entire OBS layout has to die every time. It really, really adds to the flavor. You know, it really makes each one unique, you know, because you got this one's like, oh, this is the one where the OBS decided to die. Oh, this is also the one where OBS decided to die. Oh, and here's another one where OBS decided to just go die. This is all the ones. Copy is ready. Here. I do not care about Squarespace. In fact, there's nothing I could care less about. Yes, there we go. Art is still good even though your normal body's not on stream, your soul's still. Thanks, but again, I'm gonna have to politely disagree. Just had that stupid diamond on that. I don't think anybody has ever noticed or cared about the diamond on the head except for this next one or two models. In which then, I'm assuming these next one or two, you noticed it, but you hate it the second you see it. Let's do something different though, because we're not going to see the whole body. It is just a collage thing, so what if we just do like one power stone or focus on the brain? No, it was supposed to be a thing where you can see it in the eyes of this model. I will say that you can see it in the eyes of this one. Or like the eye sockets. There's a because the whole idea is, hold on, it's hard to explain, I can just draw it out. Okay, so you have this. So the diamond, and then the eyes. It was supposed to, the eye and there was supposed, both eyes and inside the mouth were just supposed to be one centerpiece. So like this would have been both the, this would have been the pupil and the and whatever this thing is. But that was kind of dumb, but I also wanted to be the one who came up with it. Is really what it ended up being, is just... Or no, what it ended up being is that Kaiju kept telling me not to get rid of it. That's what it was. Is Kaiju insisted I keep it, and boy, am I glad I didn't. Let's see. I need to go back. This is one a bit just a bit exaggerated of a one. I mean, it's a good choice for a Dracolich. I don't know what a Dracolich is. Oh, right, I forgot the face is perpetually cut. That's why I didn't like this one, because the face was cut in half. I got it's a Dragon Lich, but I don't know what a Dragon Lich is. Because was it this? I'll tell you why this model was the worst. This one looks super happy? Yeah, because I hate it so much, I'm just drawing whatever I feel like as a representation of it. And I'll show you why it's the worst one. Because of these big, stupid antlers. That is why it's one of the worst ones. Antlers are the worst. These antlers are the sole reason that this is the worst one. Yeah, it was way over-designed. This model itself was just way over-designed. Because the tail was also ginormous. I think the only reason I did over-design it, though, is because it's the first one I used color on. This is the first model of mine that had color. So I just wanted to go absolutely nuts with the color. And I ran out of things to make colorful. So I added more things. Although I will say, this is where a lot of my minute details came in, though, like the neck plating. Yeah, it was a neck plating was introduced, and it was introduced here. Everyone's favorite feature they notice. Which I think the neck plating might be the biggest hint to what is beneath the face. Oh no, this one. I'm thinking in my head, what is this one wearing? It was definitely a suit coat because this. I mean, it's really sold without neck plating. Yes. I think this might be the first one to wear both the suit and vest. Then, if the one only wore the. Okay, you can sit there now. I seem to have ran out of go here. Just move everything over to the side. I don't even want to look at... I don't even want to draw that one completely. It does not get to be drawn completely. Which one's the next one? Okay, there was one more. There was one more before the current one. And it is the one that I hate almost as much as the horns one. The only reason I like this one more is because it does not have horns. There's not much that went into this one. I'm gonna be honest, this one was just... Let me just make minor adjustments to the last ones that didn't take up the whole screen. So it both didn't take up the whole screen, and also so I could get rid of the stupid antlers. You change your model a lot. Yeah, it's because I just sort of jumped in. I just sort of dived in without, like, a clear idea, which I still don't have a clear idea, seeing as that I can't tell you anything about my character. But I jumped in with no clear idea at all, so I just started making the idea as I went. Didn't know there were so many souls. There's as many as there needs to be. And by that I mean I'm completely joking. There does not need to be, like, however many this is. And this doesn't even count. I had alternate outfits at one point. I had different outfits. And that's not even counting any, like, the pre-streaming versions. Because all of these came about a lot of these ideas came about pre-streaming. And those versions are weird. This one definitely has horns. Just throwing it out there. This one had horns. I think it was still when I didn't, like, do the full curve. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that I didn't do the full curve for this one. Although, I'll show you why this model was maybe worse than the last one. Because sure, the last one had antlers. But, like, the antlers look good. Like, if you remove the helmet part, the antlers staying still was decent. Having this, whatever I was doing here, with, like, an extra little spike thing, was the single worst decision I've ever made. Which, this one had a lot of problems. That was one of them. The other problem is that it was way too, like, compact. This one, like, what is it? It didn't have a lot going on, necessarily. It was just all packed into one spot. And, like, the colors were kind of garish. Yeah, compressed soul. But, like, I hate... To set the record straight, I hate gold. I do not like the look of gold. I will never like the look of gold. So the why I put a bunch of gold bands and bracers all over this one is beyond me. I very well could have been possessed in the making of this one. Yeah, gold has its purpose. I just don't like it. It can be used. It can go with, like... What is that? I painted an Aber sculpture gold. And it was like a substitute for yellow. Which was fine, because I'm not a yellow fan. Then there's stuff like, Dragons and Blink. No. I'm not a fan of Gold Dragon. Gold Rathian, get out of here. Silver Rathalos. Well, like, what is it? Gold. Gold is just not. Like, again, it has its uses. But no. Let's just stick away from the gold for now. Which is why I changed, hold on, if I can pull my guide to the side here. There he is. That's why the ball is silver now. Because originally, the ball and chain was gold, and then there was a, right where the tail splits into the whale thing, was also gold. Oh, and how could I possibly forget my favorite part, where the tail broke. Oh boy, did I love when the tail broke. And I don't mean broke as in a technical problem. I mean broke as in it, like, was visually shattered. And was split apart and just sort of floating there. Boy, was that my favorite. I may redesign a lot, but it's for good reason. Which is why I'm sticking to this design for now. Like, overall, this design stays. Yeah, what does that do not miss? The crud horns and the big stupid thing that's in the middle of the weird looking mask, which apparently wasn't obvious that it was a snout, which is also why I changed the mask, because apparently, not to name any names, but apparently it wasn't easy to tell it was a snout. Which that argument is somewhere else. So you know who you are, guy with no snout. Guy who does not draw snout. Guy who does not make snout. I don't know what it was, but someone pointed out that I didn't have a snout. Or that it was just flat. And it was no, it wasn't just flat. That's why the diamond was half there, for the perspective that it was not flat. fate. Yeah, what's it? Is it, by the way, for the record, is it obvious to tell I have a snout now? I just want to make sure, I just want to clear that up. Is it obvious I have a snout? I just want to make sure. Yes, the snout. Yeah, okay. You know, just want to make sure that the snout is visible this time. You know, very hard to tell before. By that I mean I don't know how it was very hard to tell before. Just saying, just throwing shade out there. It wasn't that difficult. God, I hate this design. Well, yes, not ready to poop. Let's throw this one in the pile with the other ones. Oh, actually, hold on. Just zoom, 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 zoom. Just make sure it all goes down to here. I wanted to add, because this is the start of the soul ball. I'm sorry, I'm listening to a noise that's coming from my window because it has to be open or else I'm gonna die. But oh my god. It sounds like an airplane is gonna... Or not an airplane. It sounds like an SCP alarm. Like the alarm that would play if something escaped containment. Oh my god. I've never heard this sound before. Was it though? Because we got the... That's what I was saying. We got the soul ball this time. They found out you escaped. Bad. No way. That's not possible. Because to escape, you'd have to be caught first. And I think we both know that never happened. It is still going on. It sounds like a... it sounds like a noise, someone would play to deliberately disturb a ghost. Like, if you were gonna piss off a ghost, this is the noise you'd play. It'd be a, oh, I know what we can do. Let's play the scary saw noise. That sounds like a nuclear siren. Oh, or like, do you know what would make this ghost situation better? Let's play the siren head noise. That'll make this better. And I'm not talking about just siren sounds. What next, though? What next, though? So we got all the soul models. That was someone's suggestion 2 hours ago. Anybody else got anything they'd like out? Well, I'm standing right here. To add to our list of sketch lines. Anything at all. Ain't got no ideas. Damn shame, I'm fresh out as well. Nova, do you have something you'd like to share with the class? You're clearly thinking at the... I will exert a to express that I am thinking in the moment. While you're thinking, I'm going to draw the spirit tree from Ori, seeing as that I've been listening to Ori music for the past 2 hours. Which, by the way, if you're wondering what's playing in the background, it's also in the description. Let's... Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's because I'm drawing in the group. I tell you what, when we're done though, the opening and at least the opening and ending stream won't be stock photos anymore. Maybe a pose where looking behind is if someone or something is watching you. But what would be? Because Nova, I don't know if you... Oh wait, you are just showing up. Well, welcome in, Nova. How was your night or day? Sorry, I thought you were here the whole time. Were you here the whole time? I don't know. How's your night or day been going? But if you weren't... You're probably up to speed at this point, though. This is gonna be the new splash screen. It's gonna be great. All we have is me so far. All we have is inferior versions of myself. You were lurking. I see. There's no problem with a lurker. It's all fine. You're all good, you're all good. You just threw me for a loop because I had no idea if you were here the whole time. It turns out if you've been drawing things for... If you've been drawing stuff from a series for years, turns out it's not that hard to recreate it, as I'm seeing right now. Alright, let's roll this with the rest of it. Let's see. I could always... What else is quintessentially an envelopment of myself? Oh, what does it have? Half the things I draw are all, what is it, Dragon Ball themed? That might be a good one. Let's see though, what's... Yeah, yeah. I got a folder. What is it? Did you guys know there is a test? You can take an online test that tells you how good you are to work with. I learned about this right before I started today. You can take a test to learn how easy to work with you are. It turns out I'm not very easy to work with. Big shocker there. I'm not a very good person. Granted, I don't think that was I don't think that was a surprise at all. I know I'm terrible. Well, you win some, you lose some. Yeah, and I really lost some. It's probably the reason nobody ever calls me back for collabs. Is the fact that, like, what is it? You can look at the bar too. It gives you like stats. And it says I am very aggressive and extremely manipulative. Which is great. That's always great to have. That's always a good trait. I lost my folder. I lost my folder with the thing in it, but yeah, that was the gist of it. Oh, do you know what might be a funny one? You know what might be a funny one to throw on here? Uh, like throw on the character that introduced me to the idea of anthropomorphic animals. Was it because as a wee little space demon face thing, still don't know what I am thus far. Uh, I yeah. By the way, it's Reptile from Mortal Kombat. He was a lizard person. He was cool. He could spit acid. He could spit acid and chain infinites. What more could you want from a brat? What more could you want from someone? He even went invisible? Yeah, and he could also stop time in the next game. He was cool as hell. He was cool as hell till he was turned into the world's okayest henchman. Which that was unceremonious. Then never heard from him ever again. Well, not newer games, just newer game. Hold, let's slow down. He was part of his own goon squad in Mortal Kombat 10. He was part of his own goon squad. Because I think it was him, Aaron Black, and like Devora or something. No, it was Ermac. It was Reptile, Ermac, and Aaron Black, who were like their own little crime gang. And they were great. Because they lost to everyone. That was not, no, that was 10. Mortal Kombat X is where he had a crime gang. That was also his best outfit in the franchise. I'm just throwing it out there. His masked look in X is the best look he's ever had. I will fight for that. Even though I like him having a big lizard face like he did in Deception. Or no, Deadly Alliance. No, I think it was Deception. He had a big, goofy lizard face in Deception. And I will stand by that. That is the best unmasked look. But fully suited up, Tenon, he looks amazing. Because he wears bones and he's got a bone hood. And he's like this skeevy little guy. And his mask breaks apart too. Like, I'm just saying, they gave him a little bit more of a lizard nose in 10, then he would be the best designed character in the franchise. That's a weird little lie. I don't like that. I don't like giving him a weird little lie. There we go. Now I can give him his weird little lizard eyes. Wait, that's another one for the pile. I'm thinking. Put him right next to the Beerus. Let's see. Where's some? I've met a lot of interesting cohorts and compatriots throughout my endeavors as a VTuber. But now I'm thinking, what if I just start throwing people that have been features on this channel before? What if I just start throwing them in? Draw my favorite ones. I don't have favorite people. That's a joke. I absolutely have favorite people. So let's see. Who have I featured before? This is a question. It's all going to be from Minecraft. Minecraft is with a lot of people. Let's see. So, but Sky was in Minecraft. Sky is pretty cool. It's me, I lurk behind you, as Nova says, with coffee and snacks of bread. Hey, Dread, do you eat 5 pounds of bread? Do you eat 5 pounds of bread a day? Just curious. Hmm. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess that means bread is still a higher bread consumer than you. You gotta catch up the bread. Dread, you can't fall behind, you gotta catch up the bread. Let's see. So Sky was in Minecraft. Whiskas and Kaiju were in the first episode. Who else was in it? Oh, Toast was in it. No, they're just Toast, but if we ask if Toast did it, do you think it'll make him say it's not me? I don't know, let's just... I don't know, let's just all, I don't know, is Toast... When's the next time Toast streams? Because I say we all just might. If he's doing anything Oh yeah, I forgot he doesn't make schedules. But anyway, we could... I was saying, let's just wait for the next time he streams and then just start harassing him by asking him if he eats 5 pounds of bread. Just start like really trying to double down on this investigation. You were there, Chester. You've been watching my stuff that long that you saw the Minecraft episodes. The first of the Minecraft episodes, that is. Because I didn't think anybody was around until I started bloody Sims. No, nobody's around during Sims. Oh, Chestnut Tree. Oh, I get it. I was like, nobody saw that. Because I was like putting things together in my mind, and it just was not going. Chestnut Tree, yeah. Minecraft is great. We need to... Again, I can't find new people to do Minecraft with again. What was it? Toast was in Minecraft. Was that it? No, there was the guy that wasn't Kaiju. There was the one that was not Kaiju. He was like Kaiju, but he wasn't Kaiju. Very distinctly so. But I think that was it. I don't think there was any more. You know, though, let's that's not where I needed to go. And the man turned into a slab. How unfortunate. But your sacrifice will not be in vain. Minecraft was going to be a whole thing. Because what was gonna happen with that, I think I've had to have explained this before, but it was supposed to be hardcore mode. And any person any person, chat or VTuber or otherwise, was allowed in, but once you die, you're dead. That was originally going to be the rules. But then hardcore mode was not in the cross-platform version. Yeah, hardcore, it's when you die, you're dead. But it's originally everyone was allowed in. If you die, you're dead. Those are the rules. Them's the rules. Except there was no hardcore mode when I looked at the version that I had installed. So we just said, screw it, let's just play it. Let's just play Minecraft. That went poorly. It was all great. Like everything's gone well. Alright, just gotta make sure. Just had to make sure I wasn't wrong on reptile layer. I wasn't already botching reptile. Granted, nothing I could do to it would be worse than what NetherRealm did to him. NetherRealm Studios is really the worst thing that's happened to reptile. Actually, I take that back. Anything that touches reptile is the worst thing that's ever happened to reptile. And I did not want to be part of it. Now I just need to draw obligation. Okay, that is way too small. I went way too small to start. How big do you think a nose would, a nose of a nose of a maybe a dragon would be? How big do you think that gets? Since they're like lizards, depends on the lizard it's based on. Uh, what if it was based on felines? Um, I'm just saying, what if it was based on felines? Well, that white cat will always have a pretty middle-sized nose. Yeah, I just feel bad though that she didn't draw she didn't draw a snout, and that has led to the single thing she hates the most. Specifically just for not including a discernible snout. Like, you kind of have to agree. A snout would have fixed everything. Especially when you decide, oh yeah, let's use big cat ears as part of the design. Let's use giant cat ears and then not discern if they're and not give any reptilian discerning features. Just throw this over here. This is my one drawing corner. This is where all the things go. Next week's gonna be interesting when I have to sort all these out. That's gonna be an interesting thing. Or end up making more, because I think I'm gonna go till the end of the hour, I'm thinking. Then at the end of the hour we call it. Don't forget to like and don't forget to like and if you aren't already, subscribe. As it really helps out, and as I keep saying over and over, at 100 we get rigged. We get rigged. And we go back to Castle Minecraft. That's how we get Minecraft back, by the way. What else? What's something else? Oh my god, I just thought of something great. There's that stupid picture from Dust and Elysian Dale. From the one mid-story cutscene. It is the most beautiful picture I've ever seen. Beautiful in an ironic way. It's actually hideous. Like, it's the most hideously designed thing I've ever seen, but we can put it in. We can slot this in. Let's just do one of these. It looks idiotic. Because the game was awful. By the way, my rendition is currently better than the game rendition. Just let that sink in. I'm looking at the game rendition, the draw this rendition, the draw my variation, and my variation looks better. Which really speaks a lot to how poor the game looks. Let me just, where's, and just, stupid. There we go. That's how we know which one that is. Yeah, Dust old and animated the same way Chaotic was. It's not, Dust isn't old. Dust came out after the first Dark Souls. Not Demon Souls. Dark Souls. Dust came out the same year as Halo 4. Dust is not old. That piece of work came out in 2012. Sorry, I'm getting all enraged. It is so bad. Ah, I'm dying. Hold on. Hold on, I'm dying. I'm not dying. No, that didn't sound Andrew at all. What is Andrew? Be specific with the class. There. Pen. Nope. Not that. See, here I would include more, on the splash screen, I'd include more V2ing buddies. If I had any. Because that endeavor's currently failing. Angry, and to be fair, I barely remember when Dust came out. You both played it like it was a mental flashbang. You didn't see my perspective from it. My game perspective was the weirdest put together, like, sure, the Steam port looked bad. Like, that's the one that you guys saw for the first 2 episodes. Was the Steam port. Which is a nightmare. But you did not see when I flipped a lid. Because my game, because my data corrupted. There's a section in the game that if you let it play out, instantly corrupts your data. And I think that will forever lay as my favorite bug in video, and it's only in the PlayStation port. The PlayStation 4 port from 2018 has an exclusive bug that corrupts your data when you let a line of dialogue play in a mandatory cutscene and dialogue segments. Like, you do the cutscene, it starts talking. The section lasts an hour, and the last line of dialogue in the section, if you let it play, corrupts your save. And that's when I've had it. It cuts you down hard. Yes, it is a mental flashbang, that game. But, I mean, we could use it as a life lesson of... Actually, we can't use it as a life lesson, because I'm thinking about it. It came out a year and a half before Ori. How did you manage to make it that bad? It looks way older than it should. Is basically what I'm getting at. Is that it looks, plays, and functions way older, like a game that is from the previous decade. I shouldn't need comparable specs to run The Sims 3. Let's do the little leg. Let's do the Legoshi. It can't be me without a reference and a half to Beastars. There's something clawing through our window. There was something trying to bore through the screen on my window to keep out the things. So I guess that siren earlier wasn't for nothing, seeing as that that's now stuff trying to bore in. No, I put Dust and Legoshi on the same layer. Okay, crisis averted. Crisis has been averted, it's fine. Ow. Oh, what is that? I don't like you. It's like a mini flying crab that's not. Okay, I'm gonna close this window, seeing as that flying crabs are now flying in. I don't even know how I got in. So I'm dealing with the flying crabs. How are you guys? I really don't want to have to sort this out later. What else is influential? I don't know, I'm a very boring person. Oh. I'm not very exciting. Yep, I bet you I was drawn on the Legoshi layer. I've literally ran out of ideas at this point. I've ran out of things. So I could draw Ori again. We could have two Oris. Ori is very personal. Because currently I'm literally drawing this. I'm drawing the design that's on the sticker of the back of my drawing tablet. let's get one good. Let's get one last good one. Or we have a League of Terrible. Have to go into my files for a reference. Ori's proportions are always really weird to me. Because Ori has really big hands. Now that you say that the dust port was basically scuffed, makes me concerned about all ports. If you're talking about just dust ports, every single version of the dust port is broken. The only fully playable version of Dusk is the version on the 360 arcade. Which, by the way, they didn't even have the courtesy to port that over to Xbox One. Dust specifically was cut from the Xbox One arcade ports. Meaning the only way to play it in a non-broken state would be to buy a 360. Go on the Microsoft Store. And, buy it that way. Makes sense. Throws chaotic at you. What is chaotic? I don't think we ever established what that was. Is chaotic like one of those games you'd play on the 360 that you could play as your Xbox avatar? Those are the best. Those are the best games. It's an old show/card game made with flash animations that I rewatch on occasion. Let's put that into Google. Chaotic cartoon. Oh no. Oh my god. No way was this trying to be a card game. Okay, never mind. I could see it. I could definitely see it now. Because I'm looking at it, I see the teenager, and I was like, oh, that's stupid. And then I see the big cat guy, and it's like, okay, you sold me. Also, hello, Minkyu. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're wrapping up a nice night of drawing. Though we still have 20 minutes. So make yourself comfortable. But how are you doing on this fine day or night? Red, you need to stop. You need to stop DMing me. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching Chaotix. There's nothing you could say or do to make me watch Chaotix. I don't even watch the shows that I like. I know I haven't finished Durarara. It's been 2 years. It has been 2 years since I started Durarara, and I have not finished it. That's cool. I just closed out the stream. I need that back, please. Thank you. God, looking at this pile of leagues of different images. It is gonna be great once this all turns out. Let's do that. Let's get that modern Metroid look in there. There's a crab. There's one of the mini crabs I had addressed earlier, flying into my eye. And I think a bird just hit my window. I should try to fix my sleep schedule, but instead I'm here. Well, your company is much appreciated, Minku. Seeing as you're the sole survivor of the Bloody Hell series that we did. It is always a pleasure to have you. Oh, right, the sleep schedule. The sleep video. You guys have passed out to live streams, right? Like with all the VTube content you guys consume, you've passed out to a live stream, right? Okay, let's see. I passed out waiting for Kaiju yesterday, sadly. Well, yeah, it's because she was it drinking it up with Whiskas instead of doing her one task. She was drinking it up with Kaz. about to say nope, but I had taken a nap and left the stream running. Yeah, it's all fine. All fine and good. Though I did it on purpose. I mean, it makes it more noble if that's what you were looking for. I don't know. You've gained nobility. I sometimes just do chores and don't say anything like I was about to start the dishes. Well then go do that. There's nothing holding you. Yeah, +1 respect. No, let's give you a prime number that is hot, that is at an awkward state, so that you have to buy more to get the bigger package, to buy more things. Then you still have some left, so you buy another package. Like predatory marketing style. Let's give you 37 levels of respect. 37 respect. Just get real awkward with the numbers. +20 social credit points. Nah, it's gotta be +23. So that it's always an awkward number. I'm thinking we got one last one in us before we call it. I had to itch my eye. I'm quite good at staying awake even if drowsy. Same. It's a buildup you get when you don't sleep. See, and then when you do get drowsy, no, what is it? You just do a couple reps, do a couple reps by the bed. You're good to go. Oh yeah, since they have a session with keeping these in 10s. That's why we must break it. This is America. We go by 12s, we go by 3s, we go by 16s. What is one more thing that we got in us, though? Dude, I didn't even draw. I'm gonna draw my current thing. I didn't even draw my current guy looks like. That might be helpful. Just pain. It is pain, Minkyu. That's why you gotta work out the pain. Because you know what they say, no pain, no gain. I'm 5 inches taller, how many CMs in? Nobody cares, this is America. Yeah, freedom, freedom, freedom. The color of my blood is red, white, and blue. What color's yours? But the design of this model, the body is about the same, if not just leagues more thin than the previous one. But the biggest difference, other than the face, is that I removed the diamond cutout that was in the top of the head. Which has been replaced, which it's technically still there. Because the ball is still in the eyes, and there's still the dark, like, there's a, now like a little chip thing in the top of the head. Because I didn't really want to keep it. I'm going to be honest, it's probably going to go away with the next model. The light purple glow if I don't zoom in. What light purple glow? If I don't zoom in. I'm afraid I do not know what you're speaking of. Like the skull is healing. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about now. Inside the eyes is purple because there's something under it. Which is subject to change a little. I've gone through, you don't know how many different drafts of what has been under my guy's helmet there have been. There's been a lot of different. Red, white, and blue mixed together for light purple. Oh, yeah. Hello, Travis the Evil Man. Welcome in. We're just about wrapping up here with the beginning of creating a new splash screen. But how has your day and or night been going? Big gem in the brain and the crystals. You can see it when am I talking, but when I'm talking, you can see a blue outline in the eyes. Here, I'll keep on talking so you can see it. Talk. But that blue outline is supposed to be the ball. Okay, you're gonna go now? Well, do not forget to leave a like and make sure you stay tuned for next time, which is on Monday because I'm taking a break tomorrow, I think, because my voice hurts. My throat is really killing me after doing a lot of these. There we go. It's me. Hey, Travis, good luck with those appointments. Ooh. Is this gossiping I smell? It's me. Yeah, it's you. But it's me not in a suit. It's me how I'm dressed right now. Doing what I'm doing right now. Hold on, I guess you can't forget the cat sticker. There we go. It's perfect. This is what this is what I do when streaming. And then I hit my head on the microphone 6 times. on, we can make this. There we go. Yeah, now he's all happy. What do you mean how I'm dressed right now? Well, it is because I'm putting up a facade. For audio, my microphone's plugged into these big stupid cat ear headphones. You tell me you don't stream in a three-piece suit? I unfortunately do not. I don't even think I own a suit. But that does not mean I cannot draw my character in a suit specifically to oppose everyone else who decided to not have clothes. Immersion broken. I've been breaking the immersion the whole time. I've literally been describing my... I was a fantasy lizard 3 hours ago. I was a fantasy frilled lizard 3 hours ago. The immersion's gonna be broken. You're just gonna have to deal with it. It's... I think though, we've hit the turning point of the day. It is the next day now. So I think I'm going to have to call it, unfortunately. Let me save it. In case, oh, there we go. Let me save it in case the thing fries. But unfortunately, this seems to be all the time I have today. Ah, okay, there we go. So, it was a pleasure to host all of you on this fine evening. Evening to morning, I should say. Chester Dread, thank you for sticking through the entirety of the boredom. Your patronage means plenty. I do wish you all a good night. It was fun watching you draw. Thank you, thank you. Bye, Minkyu. See you, Minkyu. Whenever the time may be next. Get some sleep, though. Won't you? Who else is here? Nova was here at some point. Nova, if you're still one of the 5 people lurking. Good night to you. See you next stream, Soul. See you next stream, Chester. But it is time to wrap it up. So unfortunately, I bid you all adieu. My splash screen is gone. Where'd it go? This is why I need to make my own. Because it keeps disappearing. Damn it. Screw you, splash screen. I don't like you either.